of them will need a win to at least keep their top hooks alive. It is just 4 rounds of Swiss, meaning only 4 players are going to be in the final tournament here. And we're going to see Whimsicott, Chi-Yu come out from Angel, and Tyler, they're going to bring out Gouging Fire, King Gambit, Beats of Ruin, and Pro-Synthesis Speed will be coming into play here for both of these trainers. And immediately out of the gate, this King Gambit is already in danger of that heat wave from Chi-Yu, especially given the fact that it is... Oh, actually, never mind. Okay, I spoke too soon, so you gotta read your team sheets, folks. You remember, you gotta read your team sheets. And now for Tyler, you have a pretty easy... I mean, how obvious is Terra Dragon is the question now for Angel, because if Terra Dragon is obvious, you go for potentially a Moonblast plus Dark Pulse into the King Gambit here. Angel clearly wanted to find out by protecting, but unfortunately, Tyler did not pull the trigger on their Terra just yet. Well, King Gambit protecting is also not the worst thing in the world, because you could get a Tailwind off with this Whimsicott. It's perfectly set in stone to get your speed control to your favor, and that's exactly what happens with the Prankster ability. Heat Crash, unfortunately, will be hitting into this Whimsicott, but it is Focus Sash, so it will be able to live on that 1 HP threshold that is so hanging on by. But to counteract Beats of Ruin, Ting Lu is on this team for this exact reason. You know, lowering damage output is always beneficial towards any given competitive play, because the less damage you take, the more you can deal back. But unfortunately, because of the fact that you didn't get a Howl Up yet with this Gouging Fire, you're left in a really weird spot with this King Gambit, because once again, it's terror or bust, because the fact that this Chi-Yu could just threaten so much damage immediately with that Heat Wave, thanks to the Beats of Ruin. Like, this Gouging Fire kind of just sits there, dude, then really, what do you do? Because Breaking Spike doesn't touch Whimsicott. Whimsicott will switch, though. So a new Pokemon going to come in for Angel. He's going to bring in the Flutter Mane. So once again, another Pokemon that is just immune to that Breaking Swipe attack. King Gambit going to switch out also. Is this going to be the Ting Lu coming in? It is the Ting Lu coming in here. Now the Vessel Ruin will come into play, and weakening the special attack of all Pokemon in play. Dark Pulse into this Gouging Fire. Still does almost half damage, and it flinches the Gouging Fire, unfortunately. That was just really unfortunate there for Angel. I mean, for Tyler, excuse me. Because if you don't get the flinch, you get a Howl Off on this Ting Lu, and now it becomes a lot more threatening than it already should be. And we know Ting Lu typically loves to stick around in the field with an Assault Vest and a Vessel of Ruin in play. Gouging Fire going to switch out in order to make sure it doesn't get KO'd by a double attack. And coming from this King Gambit, from the Chi-Yu Flutter Mane combination, now that he has Tailwind up in play, we're going to see the Flutter Mane go for the Terra into the Fairy type. It's going to increase his damage output, including with the choice specs it already holds. We are going to see another Terra come out from Tyler. Well, Ting Lu is pretty popular for its Terra Poison, and it is going to be going for that Terra Poison to resist those Fairy type attacks. And looking at Angel's team, there is no way to hit this Ting Lu now for super effective damage. Now that it is no longer a Dark Ground type. Moonblast is coming out, running this Flutter Mane. However, both the boosts are counteracted with each other, and Ting Lu not taking a whole lot of damage to the Terra Poison. Heat Wave, oh, Heat Wave missed. At least the Ting Lu. It does hit the King Gambit. It takes a whole lot of damage, but it does survive. And Heavy Slam going to pick up the knockout on the Flutter Mane. No, actually not quite yet. Spoke too soon there, Flutter Mane. You got me off guard, and you will be surviving that Heavy Slam, where I think other Flutter Manes wouldn't. Tyler in a pretty okay spot to go for that Sucker Punch. Well, now it's no longer enough because the Flutter Mane swapped out for the Rillaboom, so Grassy Terrain is going to be coming in clutch now for Angel. He's going to get HP recovery in play and potentially a boost with Grass type attacks like that Grassy Glide that's holding. King Gambit going to protect, make sure the Chi-Yu doesn't knock it out straight away. The Chi-Yu going to Heat Wave once again. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Go ahead and go for that Heat Wave. It is going to land onto that Ting Lu. It's still not doing a whole lot of damage. Stomping Tantrum is going to be Tyler's attack. Is it going to be enough to knock out the Chi-Yu in one hit? And it is. Just straight up one hit knockout power from this Ting Lu. And now the Vessel Ruin will stay permanent. That Flutter Mane's damage output will be weakened. Tailwind gone from Angel. And Whimsicott once again comes into play here. Can reset the Tailwind right now, but if it does, you're risking not getting any damage because your only damage output right now, the Whimsicott from Angel is Moonblast, and I don't even think that's not enough to knock out the King Gambit with that Vessel of Ruin from Ting Lu in play. That Ting Lu is just sticking around, and that's what Tyler needs to accomplish the end lord that he really desires with this Gouging Fire. Ting Lu is going to retreat though to potentially avoid a fake out, and in comes Volcarona. This could be disastrous if this is fake out into the Ting Lu slot. No, there is no fake out coming in. Instead, Whimsicott going for the Tailwind. We are going to see high horsepower land on this King Gambit. It isn't enough to knock it out, so good on Angel for reading the Volcarona switch in here. King Gambit goes down. And in comes Gouging Fire now for Tyler. And this is another one of those weird positions because you're going to be underspeeding at the very moment because of the Tailwind. But in return, Angel is not running that much damage because you're really only left from Moonblast and high horsepower if you're Whimsicott and Rillaboom respectively. Which could give Tyler the time to set up their Volcarona with Quiver Dances and get the damage boosting effects in play. And Burning Bulwark going to be the choice here from Tyler, hoping to burn the Rillaboom. And I think from Angel's reaction, I think he went for the high horsepower. Fake Tear is going to at least lower the special defense on that Gouging Fire. Grassy Glide is going to hit a Volcarona. Do we get a Flame Body here? It is a contact move, doesn't get the Flame Body, and in comes Quiver Dance to boost the special attack, special defense, and speed stats by one stage, making it faster and a bit more bulkier against the Whimsicott and more fiercer in power. And we see here for Tyler, you don't really have any necessity to go for Howl at this point. Breaking Spike might not be the best option to go for. Moonblast will hit the -2 special defense. Gouging Fire, is not enough to knock it out quite yet, but the double up is just going to knock out the Gouging Fire before it gets off another one of those Breaking Spikes or potentially a Heat Crash into this Whimsicott to knock it out straight away. We are going to see another Quiver Dance come out from this Volcarona, so it is now a double special attack, special defense, and speed, meaning it could potentially outspeed the Rillaboom now. 4 HP recovery coming in from the grassy terrain. And puts Volcarona back to full HP, and okay, well, you have Volcarona Ting Lu. I mean, yes, you are lowering your own special attack because of the Vessel of Ruin, but at the same time, this isn't the worst position to be in if you're Tyler. You have a position where Volcarona is set up to do damage with that Struggle Bug or that Flamethrower. Ting Lu will definitely finish off Whimsicott here, no matter what move it tries to go for, between Heavy Slam or Throat Chop or Stopping Tantrum. Any of those three will just finish it off straight up. So Angel only has a Flutter Mane in the back with Terra Fairy. And again, this just comes down to how much damage can you do to Ting Lu, because depending on his poison type, you got to go for those high horsepowers to get the damage you want. Flutter Mane going to be the swap in. Volcarona going to protect here. Angel hoping to get the Flutter Mane in the position where Ting Lu doesn't really try to capitalize on the fact that high horsepower into the Volcarona to protect. I mean, Ting Lu has a free attack off. It is a Heavy Slam. Unfortunately for the Flutter Mane, down it goes. More grassy terrain recovery coming here, ladies and gentlemen. And Tailwind and grassy terrain are both gone. I wonder if Angel really valued the Whimsicott in this situation, because you lost Flutter Mane for almost no good reason. Whimsicott is going to come back in here. Your only attack still Moonblast. High horsepower is your next best bet against something like that Ting Lu with the Terra Poison. Meaning, this is the only way you can hit it. But Volcarona could just outspeed it and hit it with Flamethrower, which is not a good thing. This is just tough for Angel, because I'm looking at as many options as he possibly has, and I really don't think he has enough damage output to get the damage that he really wants. As Fake Tears to the Rillaboom comes out here, I think Angel's throwing the towel. If you fake out, it's just throwing the towel. I think Angel's admitted that, yeah, I lost this game. I mismanaged my resources. Let me just Fake Tears my own Rillaboom so I just get knocked out and make sure that we go quicker into the game number 2 here. We do see the Rillaboom do half damage with a high horsepower, which is really important to note, and maybe something Angel needs to consider for the game number 2. But as with game number 1, Tyler going to win that game, and now it's up to Angel to adapt. What's up, Wait Coco? Wait Coco, you gotta talk harder to me. Yeah, Tyler and Eric gonna win game number 1. And Angel, unfortunately, you know, you really just got almost had nothing for that Ting Lu, and also a mismanagement of sources was another derailment for that Pokemon, because when you weren't able to fully assess the Ting Lu with that Flutter Mane, you know, it just makes the battle harder for you to do. And now if you're Angel, I mean, yes, Gigambit and Gigambit Gougy Fire leads always like your best thing, but like anything leading to Gougy Fire with a physical attack always gives a good howl range. And will always give you the offensive pressure that you really desire. Because without it, you're kind of just left doing damage, but then Tyler just gets to do damage back. You know, that's what bulky teams do. You know, they have enough bulk to withstand as many hits as possible because they also got a very high base defense stat. King Gambit has very high HP defense and special defense. King Lu with a Vessel of Ruin and naturally high stats. You know, Tyler's team is meant for the long game, and Angel might not have a good matchup towards it. And we go into game number 2 now. Tyler needing one more win to at least keep on with the pressure to get into Taka here. Wynn's got Chi-Yu lead once again for Angel. Ting Lu gouging fire for Tyler. Vessel of Ruin and Beats Ruin going to clash with each other, canceling each other out. Photosynthesis going to be activating next to that booster energy from the gouging fire for a speed boost. Do we see Tailwind Heat Wave from Angel? And if he does, well, this really doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So Dark Pulse is another option versus gouging fire, but right now, again, Angel's just not threatening enough damage output because you're not getting the damage you want to get into a position where, okay, I can just go ahead and outspeed you. I can go ahead and get the damage off, get those knockouts that I need. Oh, wait, I can't do that. There's a Ting Lu on board, canceling my Beads of Ruin, and gouging fire is just there. You just left protecting. Because you know you're going to get one hit KO'd by a Stomping Tantrum, especially with a Howl Boost. Tailwind does go up, so it does set up Angel's teammates towards the long run. As another Heat Crash comes in here to put the Wiz go back down to its Focus Sash for 2 consecutive games. It just, I don't know, I feel like Tyler's just having better pressure here, and the Snarl, if it connects with the Whimsicott, is just perfect scenario for them, and they do hit the Snarl on the Whimsicott. Angel's down to Pokemon turn 1. And now we're going to be seeing what Angel's going to be getting here. Urshifu is at least an adaptation, so single strike variant, very popular right now. I think it was second usage from the Dortmund Regionals if you all were paying attention at home. Or if you weren't paying attention to Dortmund Regionals, you would not know that Urshifu Single Strike is becoming one of the most popular Pokemon in the metagame right now. Right now, looking like the 4th best Pokemon in the format. Dortmund had it second based on day 2 usage, but it has skyrocketed to the top 5 at the very least. But close combat, I don't know if there's another knock at the Ting Lu. Tyler definitely does not want to find out that. So now Ting Lu goes out into the Volcarona here. Bug does resist fighting, so if you get, yeah, there you go. You just go and hit that Volcarona for not very effective damage. Do we see the Flame Body? Oh, there's a critical hit from the close combat there. So at least you're doing half the damage. No Flame Body. We do see Heat Wave come out, and that does knock out the Volcarona in the combination blow. But what does the Gouging Fire do here? It sets up Howl for itself at the very least, so it is going to be threatening more damage, especially because now you're technically a +2 against that Urshifu because of the defense drops that it took for the close combat. Vessel Ruin once again going to come back into play, making that Ting Lu coming back to the battlefield. Terra Poison, probably your best bet right now against that Urshifu because, again, Angel has nothing really to threaten it. You'll be locked in going for Wicked Blow for the rest of the game, and if you go for another close combat, it's really going to be doing no damage, and your Urshifu might likely be gone afterwards. And you're just, once again, you're in this position where you're not threatening damage right now, and it's just not good. Wicked Blow, at least it is going to hit under this Gouging Fire, but it only does half damage realistically. Oh, double up into this Gouging Fire. Oh, that's a big critical hit. Oh no, down goes Gouging Fire, and Ting Lu has to do it alone, but at least you get the knockout onto this Chi-Yu. But that's definitely something you don't want to be seeing if you're Tyler, because you needed that Gouging Fire to do the Howl, the breaking swipes. And unfortunately, you lost it on an unfortunate critical hit here. Angel going to send out his Flutter Mane. Tyler going to send out their King Gambit. This isn't a bad endgame to be on, but the problem is your Pokemon are just slower than both Urshifu and Flutter Mane, meaning King Gambit has a very big target on itself with that close combat. And Flutter Mane might be going for Shadow Ball for the rest of the game because of the fact that if you do not get the King Gambit, Moonblast is just not threatening damage. And there it is, close combat onto this King Gambit. We'll get the one-hit knockout next to the quad weakness to fighting next to the Dark and Steel typing. What does Flutter Mane lock itself into with that Choice Specs? I'm pretty sure it has to lock itself into Shadow Ball to get the damage that it really needs against that Vessel of Ruin. It is going to be that Shadow Ball, but it is Vessel of Ruin plus Assault Vest. Yeah, that's really not doing a whole lot of damage. Stomping Tantrum into this -1 Urshifu. Not enough to take a knockout quite yet. Tailwind does peter out, but now you have to outlast so much damage from Angel because Wicked Blow is going to get that guaranteed critical hit. How much damage is this going to be doing? Oh, around 45%. Shadow Ball was going to connect. Okay, if Angel gets another critical hit here, this would be unfortunate here. Oh, special defense might matter. Oh no! Stopping Tantrum is going to be heading into this Urshifu at the very least, so down it goes. The critical hit, probably not at the best times, but we'll take that. And now Tyler has the hope that you survive a -1 Shadow Ball with Vessel of Ruin and the Assault Vest. And I believe because of it, I think Angel is going to force the game free here. And yeah, oh my god, that was just unfortunate crits happening everywhere for Tyler. And we're going to a game free, ladies and gentlemen. Angel Torres evening it out. Deacy Lady Luck on their side. But I have to think, even though you won the game, I still think you're still in a terrible spot throughout the entirety of the set because, once again, I mean, yes, you got critical hits when you needed them. Did you need them? Probably, because you weren't getting a knockout more than likely under that Gouging Fire. And then that special defense drop, if he didn't get it, Tyler just wins the game 2-0. So now it's up to Angel to really take advantage of that luck and steal the set. But it's like, do you lead Winston got Chi for a third game in a row? And if you're Tyler, do you want to go for Heat Crash during the third game in a row? Because not going for the Howl immediately has really costed some damage output from this Tinglu. Yeah, this is just difficult right now because Tyler, you have to think that they're devastated because of the critical hits that the critical hit and the special defense drop at the most inopportune times. That's costed him that potential 2-0, but now it's up to Angel to really capitalize on that because if you don't capitalize on it, it was definitely going to be marked as a luck game. Alright, we are going to get into game number 3 now between Tyler and Angel. The winner of this one will advance to 1-1. And the loser, unfortunately, will probably have to see their top coat dreams fade away rather early. And you have to wonder what's going to be the switch up here for both these Pokemon. Oh, Incineroar Urshifu actually from Angel. Oh no, that's an Intimidate into the King Gambit. Unfortunately, give it a Defiant boost, but at least at the moment, you don't have to worry about the Defiant right now because you either force the Terra under the King Gambit to make sure it gets to use that Defiant boost at all, or you get to a point where, well, that King Gambit might not just be relevant at all because you have Fake Out, you have Close Combat, and then you Terra, you have Wicked Blow later on. Oh boy, this is just... Alright, we are going to see a potential... Yeah, we're going to see the Terra Fairy come out here. I was reading the team sheet wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for that already. And we are going to see the Terra Fairy King Gambit come into play here. So Close Combat was going to be super effective, but now no longer super effective. So Tyler committing it onto the Defiant that he got from the turn 1. Fake Out lands into his Gouging Fire, will flinch it, so it is just not going to move this turn. Okay, no Close Combat came out, but a Wicked Blow will not do a whole lot of damage to that Terra Fairy King Gambit. Now, we're going to head into this Urshifu. That's so much damage, but now you got to start setting up Howls or Breaking Spikes because controlling King Gambit is going to be the win condition of the set now for Tyler because Angel doesn't have damage to really threaten the King Gambit with this Urshifu. Maybe with the Incineroar with Flare Blitz, we are going to see the tech come out from the Urshifu, make sure it doesn't take damage for at the very moment. Breaking Swipe though gonna lower the Xenor's attack stat by 1 stage to make sure Flare Blitz isn't as hurtful as it is. But we do see Knockoff land into this King Gambit, so it's no longer going to have that black classes available to it to boost its dark side damage. And there was the Kowtow Cleave into the protect, into the detect of the Urshifu. Sucker Punch lands on this Urshifu. Oh, not enough to make the knockout. It's pretty weak. Howl comes out. The Howl came out first. It probably would have been a knockout onto this Urshifu. I had to wonder if that Sucker Punch was actually going to be enough for a knockout right there for Tyler. As we see another Wicked Blow land on this King Gambit, it's slowly being shipped. It's slowly going to lose its damage output. Parting Shot lands onto this Gouging Fire, so you at least get a switch out option now here's Angel. But once again, how do you deal with this King Gambit? Like, alright, we are going to see Chi-Yu come into play now. Now that Beats of Ruin activates. And thanks to Beats of Ruin, now Heat Wave becomes much of a problem for this King Gambit because you're still hit by Heat Wave. And if it hits into the King Gambit, it's definitely going down. So maybe a switch on the Tingu is warranted right now for Tyler, and to make sure you have the survivability to get more mileage from this King Gambit, because all he did was chip damage to the Urshifu. And right now, it's really not getting enough damage. King Gambit's going to protect here, so it's up to this Gouging Fire to get damage onto this Urshifu and to this Chi-Yu. Heat Crash is probably just going to confirm the knockout on the Urshifu at will, meaning Chi-Yu is the remaining damage for Angel at this very turn. Do we see Dark Pulse? Do we see Heat Wave? Do we see Dark Pulse into this Gouging Fire? That's over half damage. Flutter Mane gonna come out now for Angel. They have Flutter Mane, Chi-Yu, and Cinnamore left. And Cinnamore doesn't want to be looking into a position where you give King Gambit another Divine Boost unless you're really confident that you can knock it out. Because if you don't knock it out, it's gonna get out of control. But Breaking Swipe, not gonna really hit the Flutter Mane for damage anymore. And based on the way this damage game is going for Angel, you know, he's starting to get damage in his favor with the speed control. By the fact that this Pokemon are just naturally faster than Gouging Fire and the King Gambit here. Angel gonna Terra. I believe this might be Flutter Mane a Fairy in order to get the maximum damage possible, and it is gonna be that Fairy Terra. How much damage are we gonna be seeing from Angel's Flutter Mane? Because I can certainly see a double knockout incoming. Sucker Punch lands on this Chi-Yu, does over half damage, and unfortunately not enough for a knockout. Breaking Swipe at -1. Will this be enough? It is not. And the Flutter Mane has a free turn to go for Shadow Ball as the choice. It's probably going to knock out the Gouging Fire, and it is going to be able to do so. Can this Chi-Yu clean up the house and go for the Heat Wave and get the knockout? It will land. And down goes 2 Pokemon for Tyler. Both Gouging Fire and King Gambit go down. And now it's down to your last 2 Pokemon, because now Angel has just fast threats all over the place. And now it's Chingu Volcarona versus Angel's 3 of Incineroar, Chi-Yu, and Flutter Mane. Flutter Mane rending so much damage. You still have the Terra at the very least, so you can just go for the Terra Poison onto this Flutter Mane. I mean, to this Tinglu. That's Terra Grass onto this Volcarona is not really going to be recommended for Tyler, especially with a Heat Wave into the Chi-Yu. But at the very least, Incineroar can be a great switch in to get those Intimidates off onto this Tinglu, as they'll not be permanent, to lower the damage output on like Stomping Tantrum, Pro Chop, and Heavy Slam. Meaning your Flutter Mane is going to get so much damage with that Shadow Ball. Flutter Mane going to be swapped out right now for Angel, as they want to get the reset on their moves before Tyler commits the Terra. Then Incineroar going to come back in for the Intimidate, as we just said. It also gets Fake Out Control towards this Volcarona in case it gets haywire with those Quiver Dances, should it choose to set those up. Chi-Yu protecting. So are we going to see a Quiver Dance come out from this Volcarona here from Tyler? And if they do, no, just to protect. Okay. So this is really a nothing turn, but we get to see what Tyler wanted to do with the Tinglu here. They wanted to knock out the Chi-Yu. Angel's still in a good spot here with a Heat Wave, but I guess the question just really becomes, can you knock this Chi-Yu quickly? Because if you don't knock it out, I mean, if it was Quiverness the previous turn, that probably would have been a resounding yes, you do outspeed Chi-Yu. But because Quiverness didn't get set up, you went for the Protect. You are not really running a whole lot of damage. Yes, you get the Vega out here, so you do get a free Heat Wave off, or a Dark Pulse. Will this be enough to knock out the Volcarona? Not from that very range. Will activate a Citrus Ray to get back some HP back from that Volcarona that it took damage from. I'm bullying in my own words, I'm sorry. And Ting Lu heavy slams into this Chi-Yu. Oh, it is not enough, and I gotta wonder if stopping tangent was a better move, but at the very same time, it could have been really possible for Fluttermane to switch into that slot, so unfortunate there for Tyler's Ting Lu, and their heavy slam not enough to take the knockout. Volcarona once again forced to protect in front of this Chi-Yu. This is free damage right now from this Chi-Yu, from this Heat Wave. Still no. Oh wait, no, there is no Terra. She can get Terra already with the Fairy type, and here is the Heat Wave doing next to no damage. Parting shot gonna lower the Ting Lu's damage even further, and in comes the Fluttermane. And now we're back to Fluttermane Chi-Yu, but I don't think Chi-Yu's going to be surviving this turn because I think it's going to be... Okay, yeah, it's a Snarl. So Fluttermane's damage is going to be weakened a little bit once again. And Chi-Yu's gone, so Vestal of Ruin's going to be staying, meaning your damage output once again just falls down to this Fluttermane and Incineroar. And now this team is sitting at -3 attack, meaning I think in your Angel you can focus all your damage towards Volcarona and not really worry about it, because the Tiku is not threatening any damage knockouts at the very moment, because you're at -3, you probably need a critical hit in order to get the damage you really need onto things like that Fluttermane and Incineroar. Volcarona, it really needed to set up a Quiver Dance in order to be threatening itself, but it never got a really good opportunity to do so because it was threatened by so many other Pokemon, like that Chi-Yu earlier. Oh boy, this is going to be a close finish, ladies and gentlemen. This is game 3. We're down to our last 2 Pokemon. We're going to try to double protect, and it failed, unfortunately. Fluttermane going to be going for that Shadow Ball into this Volcarona. Are we going to be seeing a double up into that slot? Because if we do, special defense drop means that it probably... Oh, no, it's going to be a knockout. Knockout out Assault Vest from the Tingle, meaning it's now going to lose a bit more special bulk on its side. And here's the Zombie Stitcher at -3. No, it got the critical hit that it needed. This game is not over yet. It's not over. Wow. Big critical hit there for the Tinglu. That's exactly what Tyler needed. And now they can just lock into Heavy Slam and potentially Struggle Bug and get the damage that they need to get back into this game. Shadow Ball will land once again on this Volcarona. It is enough for the knockout, so you're down to Heavy Slam at -3 against this Fluttermane, but you locked yourself into Shadow Ball, meaning it's not very effective against the Dark type of the Tinglu. It is a 3-hit knockout at the very least, but I think Tyler might have just won this game because Angel locked in Shadow Ball. How much damage is this doing without the Assault Vest and with the Vessel Ruin and the Snarl Drop? That is doing nothing. Tyler on route to a 2-1 win there. Another Heavy Slam, not enough to knock it out quite yet. Tyler, out of nowhere, is going to be able to secure this game, number 3, and win it in a very close fashion, showing Angel, yeah, that critical hit was needed. And that's how Lady Luck strikes back at Angel. You take one game, you take another game as a loss. And unfortunately for Angel, they're going to go down to 0-2. Tyler going to advance to 1-1 and keep their hopes of a top cut today intact. Ladies and gentlemen, that is round number 2 done. And we will be right back for our round 3 set right after this. And in case you guys are wondering, and I'm forgetting to say this again, if you want to donate money to Child's Play in order to help out their charity and help out the children in need with the power of video games, go ahead and click !donate and scan the QR code in the description below. I mean, scan the QR code right here where I'm pointing it, right next to Play Coco, and I hope you can contribute to a good cause. We'll be right back for round 3.